With low-effort content, this isn't so much the rise of AI, but the fall of mediocrity. Let's just take the trend of street interviews about dating.
What made you tell him, yes, I'll go out with you?
Google's VO3 video generation is getting eerily close to reality.
If you were any animal right now, what would you be and why? Not quick.
A slob, but like a party slob.
Define true love for me tonight.
Finding an onion ring in your french fries. Unexpected, beautiful, deep.
What is the biggest dating platform at Berkeley?
Definitely Ditto AI.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Now obviously we can still tell that it's fake, but I imagine in 2 years it'll be impossible to tell. Just look at the last 2 years of text-to-video improvement, especially when the videos it imitates never innovate. And not to pick on anybody in particular, but as an example, one of the most successful channels that makes this content seems to recreate the same video over and over and over. And street interviews is just one niche that AI can easily replicate, as it can take on basically any content that can be perceived as low effort, such as video game streams.
Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe!
Okay, so this is how you start. You find a tree and you just punch it down.
As people are thinking this technology will replace the faceless slop already plaguing the YouTube platform, as I remember stumbling upon these 7-hour-long videos recapping cartoons to discover these new channels doing the same exact thing, where it's basically an endless loop of AIs generating the same slop. And now I even question the original creator of that format, as maybe he was originally a real person, but just lent his voice to AI and had ChatGPT generate the scripts. As we know, AI in its current iteration can't formulate new ideas, but it's great at rehashing existing information at speeds quicker than any human could possibly be, which is why I'm personally afraid of these AI news personalities.
In shocking news, J.K. Rowling's yacht sank with her on board after being attacked by orcas off the coast of Turkey.
As I oftentimes joke around about a 24/7 Decoy voice livestream of a deepfake puppet version of me live streaming at all hours of the day, responding to whatever trends in the news with my voice and my face. But the terrifying thing about today is someone else could probably do it before me, as I previously talked about the recreate an image trend, where ChatGPT just made crappy versions of me, until it randomly identified that I was Decoy Voice. That's why it's great to have the sponsor for today's video, Delete Me. You might have watched me for a while, but know very little about me, as I am someone that definitely enjoys his privacy, but it's becoming increasingly more difficult with what's called data brokers, where they're collecting everything about everybody, phone numbers, addresses, birthdays, and basically everything that can identify you, just so they can package it and sell it online. Now my name is similar to Korean John Doe, so searching that has plenty of other people popping up before me. But what was terrifying was Googling my old phone number. It had my birthday, past employers, and every address I've lived at in the last decade, including my parents' address. So it was great to get Delete Me, who went through and helped remove data from hundreds of these data broker websites. Now in full transparency, although they did do a great job, search engines still referenced the websites that no longer existed, but it was easy to go directly to them to get my data removed. And now I feel much more comfortable being online as much as I am. So it's a perfect time to try it too, as you can get 20% off Delete Me plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/decoy20 and use promo code decoy20 at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/decoy20. And it's not just YouTube content creators that should be afraid, but even creative fields like video games, stand-up comedians,
and all they had was one dog, it was a Shih Tzu,
television sitcoms.
It's about nothing. Who would watch a video about nothing?
And even Hollywood blockbuster movies are slowly seeing realistic AI clones.
Where are the bodies?
Now obviously in its infancy, it's going to generate small errors, like popping off shots without your finger on the trigger. But I see it as no different from bringing a Starbucks cup to Middle-earth, or more recently, the Man of Steel getting hurt by a cup. And even though AI can't really conceptualize new ideas, it's really no different from how Hollywood is currently. That's why I say it's not so much the rise of AI, but how mediocrity finally dies. As anybody actually innovating in their field doesn't have to worry about AI quite yet. It's just the people that solely follow trends that will be replaced by AI that also follows trends just 20 times faster. As those fake screen interviews is just low effort content copying low effort content. But watch this parody ad about medicine.
Every day felt heavy. I felt trapped.
Then I tried Puppermin.
Our prescription helps your body secrete a special pheromone.
I took the pill before bed, and when I woke up, there he was, the love of my life.
My puppy listens twice as good as my ex-husband and only climbs into the lap of half as many of my friends.
As the creator stated, he used to make pharma ads with $500,000 budgets, but made this with 1% of the money, stating he made this alone in one day when it would normally take 50 people in 2 months. And even elaborated on how if he spent just a week with $2,000, he could have made the quality 90% of what you see on TV. As I'm editing this video, I just realized it's actually 0.1%, but again, I never claimed to be a math Asian. So even at 90% of what you'd get for $500,000, it's insane to me that anybody can get pharmacy-grade video production for what is essentially the same price as a cell phone unlimited plan. It just reminds me of the crude beginnings of Newgrounds, and all the janky Flash animations that were innovative but amateur. And now all the major studios animate almost exclusively in Flash. As I'm sure there were plenty of pen and pad animators that were scoffing at the idea of all those kids playing with Flash on their computers, completely oblivious that as those kids grew up, they would replace every last physical animator, as I think Google's VO is this generation's Adobe Flash, where even if you're a top innovator in your field, you are in some way going to need to incorporate AI. As look at Mr. Beast. AI slop can't replace the person, but he still heavily utilizes it in his content. Which brings me to the final point. Sure, we jokingly refer to these AI innovations as replacing YouTubers, but what happens when it replaces the medical field or entire militaries? As today, the defense secretary just got Trump to give nukes to AI.
That Secretary Hegseth was speaking to, which is the need for incredible amounts of power at defense installations and also in AI-focused installations. What this executive order will do is speed up the approval and adoption process for specialized nuclear reactors at these sorts of sites.
It was once funny to see AI bots fail at even playing soccer, but now China has them training to fight. And now even medical professionals are being replaced by AI.
I developed this skill over 20 years. I just, boom, look at an x-ray and say, oh, here we go. We have right middle lobe pneumonia. But here comes AI, and of course, they pick it up in a second.
So the more we phase out manned fighter aircraft for automated drone swarms and train medical professionals for AI diagnosis, not because of laziness or skill, but because AI simply scales better, the more we will need to protect our new robot overlords. So maintaining security and nuclear energy for these processing facilities will probably be a top priority for every country. And I don't know how we went from AI taking YouTuber jobs to Trump giving AI its own nuclear reactors, but I guess that just proves that this channel is still powered by a human, as proven by my ADHD. So I will never use AI to generate a video, just maybe a bit of old-fashioned outsourcing. But if you appreciate my concise, light-hearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, subscribe to Decoy Voice.